Insert intro. Hello and welcome to day 7 of my Pride Month art challenge. Today I'm drawing Papyrus from Undertale. And in come the Undertale fans. Probably not because my channel's small, but wouldn't that be amazing? I'd have like a million views at this point. So, as I said, I'm drawing Papyrus. He's one of my favorite characters from the entire game. Him, Napstablook, and Alphys, they're my top 3. Not in any particular order. I only recently started headcanoning, headcanoning Papyrus as aromantic, specifically because of a Courtney S&T stream that I watched. Well, I watched the highlights because she was so big for Papyrus, but she mentioned something about Papyrus being aromantic, as a joke, and I'm just what if it wasn't a joke? So the more I've been playing through the game, I'm just oh yeah, Papyrus is aromantic for sure. And he's just such a wholesome being. I love him. We need more representation of aromantic characters that aren't soulless husks. That's not fair, man. That's not how people are. That's not how aromantic works. So similar to asexual, aromantic means someone who lacks romantic attraction towards people. Again, like I said in my asexual video, the first one that I did on Gundam, there can be demi-romantic, which means someone can only feel romantic feelings for people when they have a very close emotional connection to them. I don't know if there's gray romantic, but I mean, you could probably guess what it means if you go back and, read the definition of gray sexual, or, just look it up on your own, because I don't want to spread misinformation. I honestly haven't seen a lot of aromantic representation. There's been more asexual representation than aromantic, at least in the media that I'm able to watch, because a lot of the, representation for those types of things are shows that I'm not old enough to watch, like BoJack Horseman. I mean, I might be old enough to watch it, but, I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for it. I might wait a little bit to see if it even interests me. But, there was this one anime, Dr. Stone. People were, thinking the main character was Ace, and that means aromantic, asexual, meaning, they don't feel sexual or romantic attraction. And from what I've seen, in, the clips they showed, that is the case. That man is a bona fide, get it, bona fide, 'cause it's Papyrus. Insert sans here, because it was a pun. Anyway, Dr. Stone is definitely Ace. He just wants a science, and that's it. He just wants a science experiments, and that's it, and I respect that. Honestly, as someone who's also asexual, I respect that. Anyway, back to Papyrus and, actual Undertale. I love the skeleton. He is one of my favorite characters from the entire game. He's such a wholesome being. Sorry Mettaton, but Papyrus already has a boyfriend and his name is the Royal Guard. I don't know if anybody on this channel knows this other than, Alex, because we're friends. I ship Pappyton. I mean, I did for a little while. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I still do. It could just be, queer platonic. But, yeah, I shipped Pappyton for a long time because I felt their personalities meshed really well. They're both, really extra and flamboyant. I mean, Mettaton more so than Papyrus, but Papyrus still has, that really chaotic energy to him if he really feels like it. And, my dude, if, he had a previous life, he was definitely Italian. Just his thing with the spaghetti. Oh, I love spaghetti too, man. I'm actually part Italian, so that might be why, but, I still love spaghetti. And don't get me started on garlic bread. I will go off, because the asexual community. Garlic bread is their thing. I also really appreciated his love for puzzles. Those were so much fun. Those are, some of the most fun parts of the game. Oh, and I just realized, in the room with, the tile puzzle, where, all the floor tiles are different colors, and the machine in the background that operated it, I think that's actually the sprite for, the calculator Mettaton thing. I don't know what the canon name is, so I just call him Calculator. I think that was foreshadowing for later on in the game, when you get to Hotland and you have to do, that long tile puzzle. After the Oh My Love sequence. Oh my god. I got that song stuck in my head and I was so angry. It's not that it's a bad song, but it's just, it's associated with Mettaton, and you know how much I hate him. I don't care if you're new here, you know how much I hate him. He's my least favorite character in the entire game. The only character that I don't like, other than possibly Jerry. He's okay. Like, my parents and my sister know nothing about Undertale, but they know my disdain for this character. Apparently my sister also knows Sans because, somebody at school dressed up as him for a Halloween one time, so that was fun. This was, like, years ago, not during, like, quarantine or anything, so, do not be alarmed. I think what really tipped me off about, like, Papyrus being aromantic is definitely, like, how he didn't understand what, romantic attraction was, because if you flirt with him during the battle, yes, this is something you can do, and I don't know why Toby Fox put that in there, but I love it. It's hilarious. He's just like, oh, you flirted with me once? Does this mean I have to go on a date with you? He was just like, he didn't know, like, a lot about romantic attraction. And I think, like, it's canon that he's in his, like, early 20s, so, like, it's valid for, like, people in their 20s to not know, like, much about, like, romance and stuff like that. But Papyrus was just, like, extra, like, innocent about it in a way. Like, he didn't know what to do in that type of situation because I guess he never experienced that before. And since he's aromantic, I don't think he ever will. I was trying to think, like, oh, well, what if he's demi-romantic? But then I played through the game, like, his section of the game again. I'm just like, no, he's just aromantic. He's not demi. Because he wanted to stay friends with Frisk, which is honestly a good thing, because Frisk is, like, I don't know, like, nine-ish? I have no idea, like, but Frisk is legitimately a child. I was actually gonna possibly draw Frisk for this, but then I decided to switch it to another character because I didn't want, like, too many characters from the same fandoms in here. I wanted to, like, spread it out to show everybody my interests, which is why I'm deviating so much from Danganronpa. I've only drawn, like, one Danganronpa character so far, and it's the one that literally everybody knows that I simp for. I also love Papyrus's relationship with Undyne. Like, they're so wholesome. I love how, like, they spar, you know, training for the Royal Guard, but then they also cook spaghetti together. It's, like, the most queer platonic relationship you could ever have, and it's adorable. Like, I know some people ship Papyrus and, Undyne, but in, like, my headcanon world, that would not work in the slightest, because I see Undyne as lesbian, and Papyrus is aromantic, so, he might be Aro Ace, but, I don't know, I feel like sexual attraction is something he never even realized existed. Like, if he found out it was a thing, I feel like he would be one of those people who thought it was, like, an ongoing joke, because I didn't know it was real. I've seen that so much on the asexual subreddit, and it's amazing. It's the funniest thing. And I'm definitely not gonna talk about, like, all the different AU papyruses, because, oh gosh darn, there are so many, like, Undertale AUs. I don't know how people come up with this stuff, or how, like, people keep up with them, but there are just so many I don't even know. I only know, like, a couple off the top of my head, and some of them aren't even AUs, they're just, like, different versions of Sans. So we're getting close to the end of the video, and I'm trying to just, like, not go over time this time, so I'm just gonna sign off now. Insert outro. Happy Pride Month, and I hope you enjoy it, and goodbye.